What is up, guys? It's Kent from Spartan Media Reviews and SpartanMediaReviews.com here to discuss Golden Time, a 24-episode series focused upon the struggles of dealing with a college relationship through thick and thin. Now, does Golden Time excel at both its story and characters, or are they a mess? Well, let's find out. Golden Time's story follows our main character, Tadabanri, a boy who is just starting out his first days of university in Tokyo. Now, what makes Tadabanri stand out from other main characters in a romantic drama and comedy is that after his high school graduation, he had an accident and forgot all his memories about his past self, including all his former friends and family members as well. While walking to his orientation, he is completely lost and ends up meeting up with another lead character, Mitsuo Yanagisawa. We then find out that Mitsuo is also in all the same classes as Banri, but in fact, he is running away from his childhood friend, Kagakoko, who insists that they are destined to be married. Things get serious, however, when both Banri and Yana are walking to class and they run into Kagakoko. She is carrying a bouquet of roses and hits Mitsuo upside the face with them right after saying congratulations. We then find out that Kaga is also attending the same university to stay with Mitsuo. During this episode, we are also introduced to a second year named Linda, who saves Banri from the numerous clubs trying to recruit him. Thus begins a story that will show you the ups and downs of love and relationships. To be honest, I wasn't expecting this show's story to be anything spectacular. However, this show's story really knows its audience. It combines real-world traits and creates a show that really stands out from other romantic comedies and dramas. I think the only problem with the story was the amnesia card from Tadabanri. It made things seem unrealistic when serious situations approached. When things seemed like everything was going well, they suddenly played the amnesia card and it made it seem unnatural. I really don't want to say anything more without spoiling anything, but if you have not watched the show yet, climb aboard the Feels train as it will be one heck of a ride. Sometimes romantic dramas and especially comedies fail at developing their characters. They seem to focus too much on the relationship or the flirtationships and they really don't show any development of the characters themselves. Golden Time's characters, however, develop into something worthwhile, and that is what also makes this anime shine. Tadabanri is our lead male who seemed pretty bland at first, but as the episodes advance, we really got to see a lot of development out of his character, but at the same time, he is a double-edged sword. The fact that he has no past memories about himself helps development even more because we are able to get much more detailed backstory compared to the other characters, but then the events that we've seen throughout the show kind of disappear as the amnesia comes into play and he forgets everything that we've already seen. Next is our lead female and the cover of the anime, Kagakoko. Koko was also a very bland character at first with one goal in mind, and that was to marry Mitsuo. As the story progressed, however, her development skyrockets into becoming my favorite character of the series. As she develops as a person, her personality changes into something that I was not expecting at all. She came to college a stuck-up rich girl and by the end became a very classy young lady, which was something I was very happy with. Our next lead character is Linda, who gets most of her development from episode 3 onwards. Now, I can't really talk about her development in detail without spoiling anything, but I was very happy with how she developed as well. Her personality traits were very different from Coco's, but she turned out to be a very great character. Her personality changed as the show went on, and she went through ups and downs just like Coco, and they both turned out to be very great characters that I was not expecting. Our other leads include Mitsuo. We have Okachinami, the film's club leader, Nana the punk rocker, and 2D-kun, otherwise known as Sato Takaya. These four characters developed in very similar ways, giving them both traits of main and supporting characters. 2D-kun and Nana received less development and can be considered supporting cast, but their personality traits made them into small main characters, which I actually liked. Mitsuo and Okachinami developed into two very great main characters, having to go through the same ups and downs that the lead characters had to as well. Golden Time's development really made the show that much better by putting them into a story that could happen in real life and showing that they would develop this way aside from Tadabanri's amnesia card. All the characters for the most part had to make difficult decisions in their lives, and that made their development very special as well. I would describe Golden Time's animation as decent, nothing great, but nothing terrible either, was right in the middle as average. Each character had distinct features that helped them stand out from each other. For the most part, the animation was very nice, having lots of bright colors and hues that made the show pleasant. It also had some dark atmospheres, which also added to the story as well, by making it relate to the characters' personalities at that particular time. Now, the animation for both openings and endings were done very nicely as well, having a lot of bright colors in there as well, with like flowers coming into the scenes, and it also was able to translate into a darker setting as well, which I was very happy with. The soundtrack of Golden Time was not anything special besides the openings and endings, which I thought were very well done. I was particularly fond of the second ending, as it put a bow on the series that I was very happy with. All in all, the soundtrack really didn't stand out for me for the most part, except for a few times when something dramatic was happening. The voice acting for Golden Time was one of my favorite parts as well. I think that every main character was voiced beautifully, and that helped with their development. When the characters got into arguments, the voice actors were able to translate that and really hit that home with that particular situation. Now, with everything that I've said in this review, would I give Golden Time my recommendation? Absolutely yes. Golden Time is a very enjoyable show and one of the few romantic dramas and comedies that I put up there very highly, with the other one being Toradora. The story and character development of the series was what made it stand out from just being an average show. However, Tadabanri, the main character of the show, is a double-edged sword. He would not be the character he is now without the amnesia card, but that also in turn makes him seem too unnatural when they put the amnesia card in certain events, causing his memories just to be wiped out completely and having to start over again in that aspect. Now, one thing I have not mentioned yet with Golden Time is the ending. With around 4 episodes to go, my happiness for this show hit a 180, and I thought they were going to end the show on such a terrible point, which would totally ruin my overall vibes for the series. However, what they did was something I was not expecting at all. They really hit the nail on the head with the ending and created a 4-episode cliffhanger finale that finished in such a spectacular way. Now, I said at the beginning of this review to climb aboard the feels train, and I am absolutely serious when it comes to that. There is so much emotion in this show, and that's really what makes you want to stay with it for the long haul. I loved Golden Time, and I believe it is one of my personal favorite shows that I've watched. Now, if you have not done so yet, please go check out the show. It is available on Crunchyroll for free if you want to watch it with ads, or if you have a paid subscription, you can watch that as well without ads. But if you have not seen the show, please do yourself a favor and check it out if you like romantic dramas and comedies, as I give it my 100% recommendation. Now, if you enjoyed this review of Golden Time, please hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. You can also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. I would really appreciate that as well. Follow me on Twitter and Hummingbird just to stay up to date with the current things that I'm doing. And with all that said, I will catch you guys in my next review. Thank you for watching.